Hello and welcome back to Fox's Reality. It's been a while, I know. But we've come full circle back to VR content, and man, have I missed a lot. And do I have a lot to talk about. So be sure to expect a lot of Foxy-styled rambling videos coming soon. But today, I want to welcome you back to a series I started well over a year ago and then never followed up on. Headset or regret it. See, I started this before with the Dell Visor VRP 100. I think that was like the whole name of it. But I never made like another video after that. So today I'm going to be checking out the original Oculus Rift, or as everyone calls it, the CV1. Man, look how in like total disarray this CV1 is. Like all of the face strap is coming off. It's coming off of here. It's so dirty because it got like this cloth material on it. This thing is really ancient. The controllers are still good. I missed the ring though. How does it hold up in 2024? Is it worth using? And what are the drawbacks of using such an old VR headset today? Well, let's dive right into it. First off, this headset was released March 28th, 2016, so it's been about 10 years since this headset came out. And it was also Oculus's first major consumer home VR headset. And to be fair, that actually really shows. It's mostly with these cute little sensors. Yeah, forget the inside-out tracking. The tracking is done by these cute little camera boys. Though, once I actually went to set it up, it was actually relatively painless. It was very streamlined, and it's still recognized inside of Meta software now. You just plug in the sensors, the headset, and bam, VR. Immediately though, I recognize that the resolution inside the headset is absolute garbage. I know I've been spoiled by like higher graded VR headsets, like the Quest 3 with its 2064 by 2208 pixels per eye, but the Rift literally has 1080 by 1200 pixels per eye, and it looks absolutely horrid. I mean, to be fair, the tracking's not bad though, like it's doing pretty good. Like, I can still, comfortably throw stuff and catch it. It's just, the lenses are not that good. They're actually pretty bad. Now, I've heard a lot of people complain about backdoor effects on, like, the Quest 2 or even, like, older headsets, but I didn't really see that at all with the Dell VRP, and I definitely never really got it with the Quest 2, but that was also my first experience inside of VR. I didn't start delving into other VR headsets until after the Quest 2. But this one actually has horrible backdoor effect. It's really smudgy and blurry, and I literally can't read a damn thing when I'm inside of VR. Everything just looks like you took mud and rubbed it all over my glasses. It's actually bad. As someone who plays VR a lot, this was actually like the worst viewing experience, but to be fair, I did get like used to it really fast. What I didn't get past was the refresh rate. You see, the CV1 is locked at 90 FPS, and I have been spoiled by 120 plus, so I'm very biased. But how is it to actually play on this thing? See, after immediately setting it up, it uses the exact same tutorial as the Rift F's, and that was really nice to see. I mean, it's nice to know they haven't changed much, and it was still enjoyable to this day. I did end up spending a few hours playing Blade and Sorcery with no issues, and the game requires a lot of moving around, and the CV1 had zero issues tracking my movements, so the sensors are actually really good. I mean, really good compared to the fact we have inside-out tracking now, so the sensors are still viable. I did not think the sensors were going to work that good, but the tracking is just as good as my Quest 3. And if I remember correctly, God, that's so stupid. If I remember correctly, I think you're able to have more sensors instead of like just the two that it came with, so you can map out like an entire VR room. And if the sensors already are that good at reading like the motion capturing and stuff like that, I think more would just be better. I was also a really big fan of like the built-on headphones. They fit over your ears so well, and they sounded so much better than the speakers built on the Quest 2. And I know that isn't hard to do, and I actually kind of wish they made like the VR headsets with these headphone designs again. I know technically you can go buy them for the Quest 3, but the Quest 3 already has built-in headphones, I don't want to add or spend more money. Keep in mind though that unlike the Quest 2, 3, and the 3S, this is a wired PC only experience. And I was kind of worried the wire was going to get stuck or all over in the way, but to my surprise, the wire was actually long enough, unlike the Dell VRP, so I didn't have any like length problem. That's what she said. And you know what? I'll say it. I really missed the Ring controllers on the Quest 2. Don't get me wrong, the Quest 3 controllers are phenomenal, but I did miss the Ring. It made putting like the strap on when I was already in VR a lot easier. It was nice to reuse controllers with the Ring on it. Honestly, I think the biggest drawback of this entire headset is really just the lenses, you know, because everything else about it feels amazing. I really like using it, and it was still really easy to use now. It's just being spoiled by the Quest 3 and other premium headsets, it makes going back to a lower fidelity headset way harder to. I have so much trouble like speaking when I go off script, I swear to God. What's wild is that you can actually find these for incredibly cheap with the controllers and the sensors secondhand on like Facebook or eBay for like next to nothing. It's actually insane. And I remember saying that like the Dell VRP was a good headset, or that I recommended using that one, but honestly, if you can find this over the Dell VRP, go with this, because it's still supported by current setups or current software. It's still supported, still works great, and I had no PC compatibility issues like I did with the Dell VRP, where it just would tell me that the game wouldn't work with that headset because it was using mixed reality. Like, if you were just getting into VR, I would suggest this in a heartbeat because it's so cheap and easy to set up. So I can 100% say this is not a regret it headset. This is a amazing bang for the buck, and amazing for those who's just starting to get into VR. Like, picture this. Say you want to get into VR, but you don't want to spend the $300 or $500 on the new Quest 3 items, and the Quest 2 is essentially dead, so there's no way of literally buying a new one of those unless you want to go secondhand. And even then, why go secondhand for a Quest 2 when you can find these for way cheaper? Yes, this is PC only. Yes, it is a wired connection, but PC VR is kind of where it's at least for me. So if your budget is low or you're really looking into PC VR, go with the original CV1. And with all that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Foxy's Reality is back once again, bringing you the best VR news. Stay foxy. See you later.